Hey guys, welcome back. Fossil time. Time to look through some errors, some differences, some print runs. Now that we got a little bit easier, we're going to get a little bit more difficult. Here we go. So we now have first edition, unlimited, and a little later on we'll see there is kind of a third print run, which is very hard to find in the form of a 1999-2000 copyright down at the bottom. To start off here, we have Aerodactyl, which has some weird things going on. Not only do we have a difference in stamps, you'll see people referring to gold stamp or brown stamp in terms of these pre-release stamps that are on here, but also a difference in holofoil. So we have the old starry holofoil there, and then we have the, I guess it would probably help if I didn't have a green screen on. Green screen activated. Filters. Chroma key. There we go. It'll be a little bit easier to see there. Also the Cosmos holofoil on here. I don't know. It seems like there's a little bit of that going on where Wizards of the Coast might have switched over, or depending on if it was a later run for a different region, they might have swapped out the holofoil at that point. Here we go. So here's I guess a better example of the gold stamp, looking a little bit more gold there. All right, so here is where we get into some weird stuff. This is the 1999-2000 Cosmos Zapdos. That came in a prepackaged product, and I think this was also in Australia. Let's see here, but we'll take a look at that. This is the only holofoil with the 1999-2000 fossil down at the bottom there. Here we have a Raichu. Something special about him down at the bottom here, that 1999-2000. This we'll see, as well as the gold duck here. We scroll way down here, we got the 1999-2000. These all came out of this Thunderstorm gift box, which is interesting. And you can kind of excuse this for it's a later run, as well as the red Pokemon label, which is really weird that they switched to red here in the logo, where their signature colors are yellow within that. But this is the Australian run here. There's some other non-holos in here that are 1999-2000, and those will be the least expensive and easiest to find of that third fossil print. So in here we get super interesting. We got 1999-2000, except the holos are not. They're just the regular holos for whatever reason. I don't know if those were packaged separately. There could be many reasons for why. Non-holos in here, you get the 1999-2000. And even more interesting is the fact that this makes a light pack more expensive than a heavy pack, because you want that 1999-2000 rare. If you have your holo in your pack, it's just going to be a regular holo. It's not worth any more than the regular unlimited version. So might be the only case where that comes into play, which just makes it interesting for sure. I looked for quite a while to see if I could find and pick up these 1999-2000 variants, and they just pretty much don't exist. So here we go. We got Kabuto here. Kabuto is from the Top Deck magazine. Another one of these WotC promos. You see the W stamped on him here. Super cool. Zapdos. So Zapdos within the first edition print. So we got the stamp there. And I believe more than half of the unlimited print has this error up in the top left here, where they actually covered the holofoil with a layer in the printing process, as if he was going to have an evolution. So this was probably just, they took the template from one card that had an evolution box up at the top here, and there it is, leftover. Little mistake on their part. Later corrected. So the I believe the corrected version of the Unlimited, there's no such thing as a corrected version of the first edition, but the Unlimited corrected version is more rare and probably, I guess, more valuable for that reason. Here we go, Krabby. I guess this is a pretty well known, at least at this point in recent times, this Krabby error where the fossil symbol, I guess it's called the slash Krabby. There's a missing piece of the set symbol here on the right. I don't know who, someone opened that in recent times. I think it might have been Rusty TCA. Here we go. I don't know if we have time to go through all of these. This one's pretty well known. Haunter and Hitmonlee seem to be the worst offenders for this weird hollow inky bleed stuff going on. Staining, as people like to call it. Yeah, so I think a commonly reproduced one is this Haunter with the smudges on the right side, right bottom side of his art box. Cigar Hitmonlee. This is pretty cool. I hope I have all the details correct on this, but essentially people first thought that this was a some employee that had a cigar, and part of the cigar roll got in underneath and got printed on top of. But I think it turns out that that this company here, that Roll Leaf, actually produces the hollow foil sheet. So somehow this got baked in somewhere along the process, and then the Hitmonlee got printed on top of it. I think Gary owned it at one point. I don't know if he does. I know it changed some hands, but very cool nonetheless. And I believe it's going to be one of a kind. I can't imagine that this is something that would happen twice, and if it did, it would be glaringly obvious that it's not the same card, just with position and part of the sheet that's mixed in. Here we go. So here's another example. I think there's some Haunters like this as well, where they got the big stain on the side here. Just kind of a mistake in manufacturing. I'm not sure how it ended up being the same on multiple cards, but maybe somebody that knows more about the printing process itself would be able to tell us about that. So keep an eye for anything fossil. Smudges might be there. So if you have some cards buried away and you find a fossil card with smudges, might be one of these errors. Slowpoke. All right, this is make sure I get this correct here. The card reads Mickey Tanaka. It should read Mickey Tanaka, and it says Mickey Takano. So it seems like they have the wrong artist name here. I don't know if anyone's confirmed that was an error, or maybe it was an alias or something. I'm not sure, but it seems like maybe they made a mistake and put the wrong name there. Well, that's about it for Fossil. If I misspoke on anything, or there's anything that I'm missing that's pretty common, please let me know down below in the comments. Stay tuned for another one soon. Make sure you like, ring the bell, subscribe, and let me know what you're thinking.